you all are studying well.
Hello all. Hope you all understand the story Matchbox. And also I will tell you the summary, a brief summary of the story Matchbox. Matchbox is a short story by we know that Asha Purnadevi. The story takes place in a Bengali joint family. Nomida is a poor Bengali village girl. She is married to Ajit, who belongs to a rich family on the grounds of her good looks. Nomida's husband Ajit is always doubtful of her. He opens every letter that comes to Nomida just in order to make sure that they are not love letters. Actually, these letters are from Nomida's widowed mother asking for money. Ajit insists her on this also. For Nomida's mother and others in the village, Nomida is living the life of a queen, enjoying all comforts, but in reality she is suffering silently. Nomida quarrels with her husband often. One day, during such a quarrel, Nomida fails to control herself. In a wild fury, she lights the matchstick and touches it to the angle of her sari. Ajit didn't expect this and he immediately puts out the fire. He gets afraid. The very next moment, when other members of the family come, Nomida goes back to her normal self. That's the real nature of women. The story concludes with the writer's remarks that women never flare up and burn away the mask of men's high mindedness. Even men know it. The writer compares women to matchboxes. Even though they have enough gunpowder to set 100 lengas aflame, they sit around meek and innocent. Today we can discuss the textual questions. First we can study the character sketch of Nomida. We know that Nomida, the central character of the story, Matchbox, is a typical Indian woman who is destined to lead a life of mental conflict. Her husband Ajit belongs to a wealthy family that resides in a three-storied house. As the life partner to such a rich husband, she wants to lead a life of self-respect and dignity. But her mother won't let her live so. Time to time, she sends letters seeking financial help. Here arises the mental conflict. One day she goes to extent of asking herself why her mother keeps on begging like this. Ajit does not like this and he insults Nomida with words. Though she loves her husband, she cannot tolerate such insult. So one day, when three forms a quarrel, when there forms a quarrel, she calls him a common vulgar man. Nomida is outspoken by nature, and hence no one attacks her outright to her face. But instead, they pitch her with sharp words. Nomida cannot tolerate this too. Once, when her Boro wife makes a comment, Nomida laughs a laugh that can bring an attractive flush to a white face. This is all about the character sketch of Nomida. Do you think there is a set pattern for exhibiting a woman's emotions? Is she emotionally under stress? No, there is no set pattern for exhibiting a woman's emotions. No woman is always emotionally under stress, and so is Nomida. It is the unbearably adverse situations in a woman's life that causes mental stress. For example, Nomida is not so emotional when she faces the pinching remarks of her co-sisters. She somehow or other manages to overcome such situations with self control. But when her husband behaves to her in an unexpected and undesirable manner, she loses her control and gets terribly angry with him. She becomes so violent that she lights a matchstick and tries to burn her sari, perhaps with the intention to kill herself. Anyway, this behavior of Nomida is not at all justifiable. Next question. Prepare a write-up discussing the space of women in the family. We know that women have an important role to play in a family.
Apart from the responsibilities, they have the privilege to have a say in decision making. They have a wide space in the house to move on. They have to take many roles in the family. Indeed, a woman's essence lies in her innate ability to care, love, and sacrifice for the others. She plays an all enveloping character of mother, daughter, wife, sister, etc. She can do wonders if we extend our sincere support to her. If every husband is fair to his wife, if every father is proud of her daughter, and every brother is careful to his sister, then this world will be different. To conclude, woman is the magnificent creation of God, a multifaceted personality with the power of benevolence, adjustability, integrity, and tolerance.
You can add your own points, okay?
The next one, how does the author substantiate the comparison between a woman and a matchbox? This is a very important question. The author's comparison of women with a matchbox is an apt and relevant one to the story, isn't it? Women were like matchboxes. Just as matchboxes have gunpowder, women have their own powers and skills in them. With a single matchstick, 100 lankas can be set aflame. But these matchboxes, unaware of their strengths and capacities, sit around meek and innocent. In the kitchen, in the pantry, in the bedroom, here, there, anywhere. Women too are exactly the same as matchboxes. Just like matchboxes, most women remain silent, even when they have the materials within themselves to set off many raging fires. They never flare up and burn away the mask of men's high mindedness and large heartedness. Men very well know that women won't dare to do so. That is why they put them in their pockets quiet without fear. Suppose you are preparing the script of a play based on the short story Matchbox. The director asks to you write a self-introduction for the central character, Nomida, at the beginning of the play. Prepare such a monologue. Do you know what is a monologue?
Actually, a monologue is written to be spoken by one person. However, contemporary monologues, although spoken by one character, often contain more than one voice, as the character may refer to, or quote other characters with whom they had encounters. Sometimes the character delivering the monologue may adopt the gestures or voice of another identity. The essays used by Shakespeare are monologues, spoken directly from characters to audience. We know that dialogues are words spoken by two or more characters, usually to each other. Hope you understood, right? Only one thing you have to remember, a monologue is written to be spoken by one person. Dialogues are written for two or more characters, usually to each other. Here, how will you present the monologue? You can start like this. Hello, I'm Nomita. I'm the central character of this play. I'm a typical Indian woman who is destined to lead a life of mental conflict. My husband's name is Ajit. My husband's name is Ajit. He belongs to a wealthy family. We live in a three-storied house. I had always wanted to lead a life of self-respect and dignity, but my mother allowed me to live so. After my marriage to the wealthy family, she always wrote to me asking for money. This always brought me shame. Even my husband read those letters which she sent me begging for me. He insulted me on account of this. I'm tired of this. I will react one day. I can't tolerate such insults anymore. I request all of you to watch me fighting all odds. Thank you. This way you can attend the monologue or in your own way. I am just giving one example. Okay. We know that the two important characters in the matchbox are Ajit and Nomita. We already discussed the character sketch of Nomita. Now we can discuss the character sketch of Ajit. We know that Ajit, Nomida's husband, represents the typical man in a patriarchal society. That is why he ill-treats his wife. He secretly takes away Nomida's letter from the letterbox, reads it and hides it from Nomida. He becomes more cruel when he goes on scolding Nomida instead of apologizing for his misdeed. In a fit of anger, he asks, "What, shut up? I will do what I want, what I please. What will you do? Can you do anything?" This shows how autocratic Ajit is. However, there occurs a little change in his behavior when Nomida ventures to lit her sari with matchbox. Do you know how to write a blurb? Okay, we can discuss that also. A blurb is a short promotional piece accompanying a piece of creative work. Blurbs were originally printed on the back or rear desk jacket of a book and are now found on the web portals and news websites. A blurb may introduce a newspaper or a book. While reading a book, you can witness it on the back side of the book. You can check it. Okay. First one is you have to know about the protagonist. What is his role or job? You have to use adjectives to describe him. What makes him interesting? Then you want to know about the setting of the story. You have to reveal the situation, their dreams and desires. Then you have to introduce the problem. What changed his life? What stands in his way? What is at stake? This all constitute a blurb. In our text, one activity is there. Prepare a blurb of Pradham Pradishruti, making use of the hints below. You read the hints. Okay, I will tell you the answer. The magnum opus of Ashapurna Devi has won her Jnanpith Award. Mrs. Devi has created a space of her own in the world of literature. The novel is about an uncommon woman, Satyavati, who dared to break the so-called rules against women. It depicts the true suffering of women in Bengal, which is found everywhere in India, as a firm protest against the inequality and injustice rooted in the gender discrimination. It inspires the young minds to create an enlightened world free of segregations. Slowly and steadily, a completely new world was getting created within my mind. It was a world of comprehension of feeling. It was a world with a never ending flow of feelings. This is the quote by Ashapurna Devi that you have to write in the middle. Then you can quote other works by Ashapurna Devi. Okay, is it clear?